This video is brought to you by Granger Motors, where you can save up to $1,300 on a factory extended warranty on your new Ford or Ram, Jeep, Chrysler vehicle.
Andre, it's Ford versus Chevy.
It's diesel versus gas.
It's Tremor versus ZR2.
And in this video, we're gonna find out which one of these trucks is best for you. On this side, we have the newly refreshed 2024 F-150 Tremor. Of course, it's a crew cab, it's got a short bed, and it's a specialty off-road truck. And over here, we have the new 2024 Chevy Silverado 1500 ZR2. And you might be wondering, Andre, why didn't you guys bring a Trail Boss here? Well, we'll get to that in a second because they're very similarly priced. That's why I want to compare them.
Under the hood of the Ford Tremor is the 3.5 liter 6-cylinder EcoBoost. Produces 400 horsepower, 500 pound-foot of torque, paired to a 10-speed automatic. Andre, what's under the hood of the Silverado?
Well, this is a beauty of an engine. I think it's a 3-liter straight-six Duramax turbo diesel. Not as much horsepower or torque, but still 305 horsepower, 495 pound-feet of torque, way down low in the rev range. Also a 10-speed automatic, and this powertrain should be way more efficient than that one.
Now, the reason we're comparing these two is that they're only $5,000 apart in MSRP, and at the end of this video, we'll tell you which one costs more. Can you take a guess now? The Tremor doesn't do poorly on fuel economy, given the fact that it has pretty beefy off-road tires. We're looking at 18 mpg combined, 16 city and 21 highway. Now, there's a saying, it can be eco or it can be boost. In this case, it's probably boost.
All right, Roman, you've got boost, but I have 21 mpg combined, 20 city and 22 highway. And actually, that highway number in the real world might be a little bit better than that. We've done some testing on the ZR2 Duramax, and yes, this could be the one that you can take on a long trip and not worry about it.
Of course, the Tremor ain't the Raptor, but it's about as close as you're going to get without spending $100K. And that means that it's got recovery points like that, front and rear, steel bumper, and of course, underbody protection. Tire-wise, we're looking at these beefy General Grabbers. These are 33s. There's a tiny little lift on this truck. In the front, you have a torsion differential. Not a locking differential, but it does sort of act like a locker. Here you have these, I call them rock rails, but they're really not. These are more side steps that will get in the way if you're doing any serious off-roading, as we have found out in our Raptor Ranger. And back here, you've got more recovery points. And of course, a very Raptor-like exhaust coming out the back, making for an almost Raptor, but not quite.
The ZR2 has a lot of off-road equipment. Let's start in the front. Painted, Roman. Do you see this? Painted toe points.
Yeah, but you don't have the big gold emblem like I do. Look, that says off-road like anything else in the world, right?
Okay,
gold. Look, it's gold, or is it orange?
But look, my Chevy symbol, well, it's not mine, but the Chevy symbol is red. Of course.
And hollow.
Yes, we have steel bumpers here on the ZR2. We have underbody protection. This is not a Bison ZR2, but still a skid plate in the front. The tires are the same size, so these two trucks are tied as far as tire size, but this is a Goodyear Wrangler Territory MT. I really like this tire. The Generals are also okay, but I think my preference lies here. A small suspension lift, of course. It's a ZR2. I also have a side step. I wish this was a proper rock rail, but in this case, it is a step. But I also have upgraded shocks. As you can see in the back here, DSSV Multimatic spool valve shocks. So it's not kind of a more basic Ford setup. This is a unique shock package for the ZR2. And I have a steel bumper out the back. And I have dual exhaust, but they're hidden.
Yeah, where's your exhaust, Andre? How come I can't see them?
They're hidden because it's functional, Roman, okay? So I have a better departure angle in this truck.
Yeah, but mine looks cooler.
Okay.
Let me take a minute to tell you about this video's sponsor, Granger Motors, and their extended factory warranties for new vehicles. Today, more than ever, an extended factory warranty is a worthwhile consideration. The new cars and trucks coming out pack more amazing, yet unproven tech and complexity than ever. Knowing this, an extended factory warranty buys you peace of mind. If something goes wrong, you're covered for repairs and parts for years after the original warranty expires. A factory-backed warranty means repairs are done by factory-trained technicians who know your vehicle inside and out and are trained to repair known problems. A factory-backed warranty ensures that your car or truck gets replaced with true factory parts and in some cases upgraded factory parts to fix those known issues. So next time you buy a new Ford or Ram, Jeep, Dodge or Chrysler vehicle, go to Granger Motors for an extended factory warranty. Granger is the #1 seller of Ford Protect warranties and one of the top sellers of Mopar vehicle protection warranties in the country. This volume lets their customers save an average of $1,300, so what are you waiting for?
Check this out, I've got a fancy tailgate. Look, I can open it like this, and of course it's dampened.
Okay.
Or, get this, I can push this button and look what it does. Look at that, whoa, look at that. So if I don't need the entire tailgate, I could just open it partially and then stuff things in there like, what would you stuff in there, Andre?
Well, I don't know. I mean, coolers, you can put a lot of things, and you have a step here. Actually, I was kind of apprehensive about this at first, but I think this is very useful, actually. I think Ford did a good job.
Maybe all the bodies of the Silverado drivers I run over.
Oh, jeez.
Don't publish that.
All right, Roman, so you have a fancy tailgate, but Chevy really invented this, right? I mean, GMC and Chevrolet have had this for a while. You have a step, you can put speakers optionally in here, you could fold this down, you still can reach a little bit further in, and you can close everything easily. What do you think?
That's, yeah, never seen a man use a tailgate like that, Andre, but you feel free, go for it.
Well, look, it does this too. See, and I can put my laptop, I can work here, I can do documents and
When's the last time you put a document or a computer on the back of your slightly opening tailgate, Andre?
Actually never, but I have carried long lumber this way.
You have?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. Now in terms of payload and towing, the Ford easily, sort of, beats the Chevy. I'm looking at 1,431 pounds of payload, plus, get this, Andre, this truck tows over 10,000 pounds. How about you?
Yeah, that's right. Both of these trucks combine not just off-road capability, but also utility in a really good way. The ZR2, and I can show you the sticker, has just a little bit less payload, 1,395 pounds, and less towing at 8,700 pounds. So if you did want to tow just a little bit more, I guess you have to go with the Ford. But really the payload is almost a tie. I mean, they're about what, 40 pounds apart?
Well, you know what they say, Andre, the difference between a man and a boy is how much you can tow. You know, guys, I think by law nowadays, anytime you do a Ford truck review, you have to mention the fact that it is the best-selling DCF series truck in the land. In fact, the best-selling vehicle in the land, and that is why Ford does such a good job with the interior. So they do a lot of thoughtful features. Of course, you got this massive screen, you got real buttons, yada, yada, yada. But check this out. If you actually need to sign some documents, unlike Andre, who has to do it on his tailgate, I can do this and work in a civilized manner on my computer or sign documents. Plus, check this out. I've got 4 Auto, which allows the truck not to crab in the winter, Andre. Look, 4 Auto.
That's nice. I have 2 issues with what you said, Roman.
Yeah.
First of all, 4 automatic, that's nice. Of course, you have low 4-wheel drive as well. But how much did you pay for that little 4 automatic?
Well, Andre, in this spec, it's $12.
Did you say $11,000?
$12,000. Yep, that's right.
So if you buy a base F-150 Tremor, it has a more basic transfer case, so you don't get that for $65,000. So you have to pay more on top of it.
But I get another knob. Look, I get Pro Trailer backup.
Okay, and my second issue is, Roman, when you combine Chevy Silverado sales with GMC Sierra sales, that's actually more than the Ford.
You know, those numbers are so crunchy that I don't know what to believe anymore.
They are crunchy.
Show me the inside of yours.
let's face it, when you're buying either one of these trucks, it costs a lot of money, so you're expecting a really nice interior. And the ZR2 does have a special interior, special materials, special design, special stitching, and now, of course, a wider array of screens, lots of buttons. I have actually, well, Roman doesn't have this. I have a front and rear locking differential button. He only has a rear locker button. I love this layout. I have a leather-wrapped steering wheel, I have paddle shifters, and I also have four-wheel drive automatic, and I didn't have to pay a crazy optional price for that.
You know what I love about Chevys?
What?
They've got the best autonomous driving Super Cruise. So,
Oh, yes.
So where's your Super Cruise?
It's not here.
Wait, I've got Blue Cruise on the Ford.
Yeah, you do.
No lights here, Andre.
No Super Cruise
Feeling
here.
a little inadequate, my man?
I do have a heads-up display like you do.
Yes, but it will not drive itself.
It's okay. It's not for a truck.
Andre, you know how diesel guys just go on and on and on about the range?
Yes, that's what I'm doing.
Yes, I know you have a lot of range, you got better fuel economy, but you know what? It doesn't matter when you have a 36-gallon fuel tank, which this has.
Oh boy, yeah, thanks for reminding me. The Chevrolet only has 24 gallons. That's where Ford gives you so much fuel.
Yes, they do. All right, well, let's talk about how this drives.
Okay.
You know, I love off-road trucks, both off-road and on-road, because the suspension is cushy, and it just gives you a really comfortable ride. And it feels solid, like it's made of one piece of steel, or in this case, aluminum, actually. And it just is a really easy truck to drive.
Yeah, actually, a lot of people always think about the Raptor when you speak about, you know, off-road trucks in Ford lineup, but I think Ford did a great job with the F-150 Tremor. The suspension is both capable to to hold heavy payloads, but also, look at this, we're kind of on this dirt road that's broken up, and it's nice.
Yeah, it's very comfortable, and you know, there is no replacement.
There's a ditch.
Whoa! Good brakes. There's no replacement for displacement, unless of course it's a turbocharger at a mile above sea level, in which case this thing goes like a scalded.
It does.
Not scolded, scalded.
This EcoBoost is still very fast.
Well, let's compare it to your Silverado, my man.
By the way, I love these seats, Roman.
They're
these
good,
seats
yeah.
are pretty nice.
Yeah, they adjust like 15 million different ways.
And they're
actually.
cooled.
And heated.
Yes.
Andre,
Step in.
I have to admit, I like the look of the Silverado better. It just looks more, it just looks tougher.
But do you see my bulges, Roman? My hood bulge?
I've been avoiding your bulges the whole review.
No, I mean my hood bulges. I wish there would be a little bit more visibility. I don't know why they had to do that.
Well, to give it that manly and rough and ready off-road look.
Yes.
Let's talk about the ride.
Yeah, because suspension systems can cost a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
And these are fancy.
I gotta tell you, I can feel the weight of that heavy diesel, even as a passenger.
Well, it's not that heavy, Roman, okay? I mean, it's a little bit heavier than a gasoline engine, yes.
Well, plus it's steel and not aluminum, Andre.
Okay.
So, you do have a heavier truck here.
A slightly heavier truck, but our payload is on par, right? We can look at the numbers, but our payload is very similar. I love the way this truck looks, and the suspension may be a little bit more taut than that Ford.
Yeah, the Ford is cushier. This is a little bit more bouncy.
Precision. I would call it precision. How's that?
I call it a lot of head bob. That's what I would call it. Give it the beans, Andre. Let's see how it does.
Okay. Wow.
That's not the beans, is it?
No.
No.
Well, it doesn't have, of course, that EcoBoost. Let me give the beans right here.
There's a little bit of turbo lag. Whoa, don't go in the ditch.
There's a little bit of lag, and it doesn't have that punch, that gasoline 400 horsepower engine provides.
Yeah, but once it gets going, you can feel that torque just pull it.
It's like a wave.
It is like a wave of pure diesel power.
Yes, it is. It's nice. And the seats are a little bit firmer too than the Ford seats.
I think the seats in the Ford are better. And these don't adjust 3 million ways, do they?
But they are cooled,
and heated,
ventilated, and heated. So yeah.
We got to thank our friends at Johnson Auto Plaza who lent us the Silverado ZR2. I believe they have 3 on the lot, so if you want one, this is the place to get it.
Yep.
Now, At the beginning of this video, we teased the fact that these two trucks are about $5,000 apart. Which one is cheaper and which one is more expensive?
Well, if you bought a base F-150 Tremor, you might think that this would be cheaper, but it's not. This sticker price on this truck is just over 80,000 bucks. And the sticker price on this diesel-powered ZR2 is 75,000 bucks.
You know, that's an interesting conundrum because you've got, diesel, like we said, versus
Yes.
gas. You've got Blue Cruise versus no Super Cruise. And you've got two off-road trucks that are both very capable. So it really boils down to, are you a Ford or a Chevy person?
I think there's one other, or maybe two other elements, right? It's the acceleration, right? I mean, the EcoBoost has more horsepower, it accelerates a little bit better, and it tows a little bit more, at least on paper.
But then it uses more fuel.
Yeah, it does.
Well, guys, thanks for watching us. And remember, head on over to alltfl.com for more news, views, and of course,
Real world truck reviews.
and if you like our shirts, get yourself one by clicking on the link below. I like this one, Andre.
Truckstuff.com.
Yeah, life is a hitch. And then you die.